Well, I took this business because I felt there's so much history in Bastien Industries. And with my marketing knowledge, I could use this product to tell the story of my nation. I absolutely didn't do it for a financial reason because my past job was much more interesting in terms of revenues, but this one really helped me to promote who we are and our history. That's very rewarding. Hi, my name is Jason. I'm currently the owner of Bastien Industries. So I'm from here. I'm from Huron-Wendake. Bastien is a little startup. We started in 1878. So we have over 150 years of history in the community. Bastien started in the 19th century, when the bougie, so the very rich people from Old City, was traveling by train to get to a lake close by. It's called Lake St. Charles. They all had their summer house there. So during summer they were traveling by train and they were stopping here in Wendake to buy Indigenous arts and crafts. And this is where the idea of creating a factory where instead of having just individuals, people working from their house creating canoes, snowshoes, or moccasins started. So Bastien started in the south of the community in what we call the Old Wendake. So the first factory was crafting snowshoes. They were crafting moccasins, and they were crafting canoe. At one point in 1930, so just before the war, about 80% of the indigenous family of Wendake was working for the Bastien factory. So it was huge. My hope with Bastien is to bring our product into the fashion world. We're currently well known in the souvenir business, but the problem with the souvenir is those are very small independent stores, and they don't really help to elevate my brand. And as an authentic indigenous moccasins factory, we're still crafting our shoes by hand every day. We can't compete with, the fast fashion business. So I'm trying to move slowly into the fashion business where we could elevate the name Bastien and being known as the indigenous craftsmanship, with all the knowledge behind about crafting moccasins. We want to keep our production between 30 to 40,000 pair a year. I don't want to be at a point where we couldn't manage the growth and we need to outsource our product in different countries in Asia. I really want to craft 100% Canadian shoes. Obviously, when we're crafting over 30,000 pair of moccasins, we can't do everything by hand. So we have some parts that are more industrial, but all the top of our moccasins, they are all hand beaded by people from our nation around here. Same thing for the lacing. So everything is hand laced, one by one, step by step on each moccasins. So we have mostly, I would say, retired women from the community around here that are hand lacing and hand beading all our moccasins. One thing that makes us different too is we're still crafting about 30% of our production in moose hide. We collect the moose hide from different hunters from all over Eastern Canada. So going from Ontario, Quebec, New Brunswick, Nova Scotia. And we're able to still have like 30% of our production in authentic moose hide. For our moccasins, here we're crafting around 100 to 150 pairs a day. So we have different steps. Every morning we're starting with collecting the hides and the collars depending on the orders. So we start with the cutting part. So we have what we call the clicker. So it's an hydraulic press with different knives that has all the patrons of all the different type of moccasins. So we're cutting all the piece together to set the moccasins together. And then from there we're stamping the size, obviously, so we don't get mixed between one size to another. And then we're gluing the sole if we have a model with the sole. And then we're scaving. So scaving is a way of shaving the hide to have like just a thin part, so it helps to do the sewing part anyway. Then we're doing the sewing part for the sole. And then we're doing all the other sewing parts, so the back of the moccasins, the top of the moccasins. Also, we're passing the lace, for example, around here. When we have passed the lace, then it ends up in a bin where we send them to our lacers and bead workers. So all our bead workers and all our lacers are working remotely from home. So every morning we're dropping the production of the previous day at our bead workers and our lacers, and our transporter is collecting the production from the other day. So once it's hand laced and hand beaded, we block the moccasin. So we have a shoe form where we're holding and molding the moccasins in the shoe form, and then it's heated. It's heated on a heating room. So the heat is gonna help to form the moccasins, right foot, left foot, and create that shape of moccasins. So from there, inspections, make sure there's no errors, there's nothing, good color of the beads, everything. And once it's done, it's shipping. So we're shipping mostly Canada, US, France, and UK. So those are our 4 big markets. Biggest challenge is definitely human resource. I mean, there's less and less skillful people who do the sewing. We do the training here, so people who never touch to a sewing machine, we will do the training here. But to become skillful, it needs years of experience. Also, the hand lacing, it's always tough to find hand lacers on every day. The average age of my hand lacers are probably 60, 65 years old. But still we're able to find new generations interested in. We also started a partnership with the local prison. So unfortunately, the reality in Canada is lots of Indigenous people are incarcerated. There's lots of social problems in different communities. So in order to help them to find a job when they'll get out from jail, we started a workshop with the prison where they learn to do the hand lacing and the beadworks, and we hire them when they get out from prison. So we're doing our fair share as a small company. It's with the women's sections of the local prison, and because many of them are mother, we start them with the baby moccasins. They're the cutest ones, so yeah, they're starting with the baby mocks, and they are the easiest one to do the hand lacing, and once it's done, then they learn to do the rest. I love what I do because working with the leather, especially with the moose hide, I'm a hunter myself, so when I'm unrolling a moose hide, we could see the life of the animal just on the hide with all the scratch, all the marks, all the holes on the hide. So it's always very interesting. And also same thing as I said, but just by using this product to tell the story of my nation. I mean, there's more and more interest about Indigenous people, but there's a lot of Disney out there who's telling not really true story about who we are. So I'm trying to go on the other way and use like a traditional piece of crafts to say, hey, we're the Wendat Nation. This is who we are. This is how we've been doing things for centuries, for even millennia. And this part is probably the most rewarding in my job.